Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 17 of the Trivia 10. Today, we have Nalbis joining the show. First-timer, wasn't on Season 1, joining Season 2. How are you feeling? You ready? You trying to make a playoff push? How are you feeling today?
Look, I'm ready to get in the playoffs. I'm ready to make number one, baby. I'm all for it. Yeah, going hard.
Love the confidence. Well, you're in Australia, and number one of the season right now is a fellow Aussie. So you have like high standards to live up to here. You got to reach the
it
heights
runs
that
in
Harry
the blood, baby.
Well, today's a very pivotal episode because, as you can see, we have four episodes left, and that red line is now officially lurking. There's no more gap. Either Nalbis is making the playoffs and Alex is pushed out, or you're going to be the first one knocked out under the cut line, not making the playoffs. So a very pivotal episode today to see if Alex is getting eliminated or if you are getting eliminated. But we got 10 questions.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get into it. First two questions are going to be multiple choice. First question is, according to Collider.com, what is the highest grossing martial arts movie of the last 10 years? And the four options that Collider gave is 47 Ronin, Shadow, Kung Fu Yoga, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. So of the last 10 years, according to Collider.com's ranking, what's the highest grossing of these?
The last 10 years. Okay. Shadow is a big one. The Chinese market is huge. It's a Zhang Yimou film. I'm not familiar with the box office for some of the foreign films. So Everything Everywhere did pretty good for an A24 film, but I don't know if it can compete with the Chinese market. I don't know about 47 Ronin at all. I might just go B just because that's my gut. I know Zhang Yimou is a big deal over in China, so lock it in, B.
B is the answer you go with. The correct answer is actually C, Kung Fu Yoga. Have you seen Kung Fu Yoga?
I have not, but I'll add it to the list because I have never actually heard of it.
Yeah, it's up there in the box office. And then 47 Ronin, that's the Keanu one, right? So that's like one that's considered like overall one of the biggest flops. But in terms of martial arts movies the last 10 years, it made well. But I think it was a pretty huge budget movie, if I'm not mistaken, but still made money, but not what the budget was. So 5 points was available on the board. Did not get those, but we have a long ways to go here. Second multiple choice question. In House, what country is Gorgeous's father initially away on a business trip to? Is United States, Australia, China, or Italy are your answers?
Italy.
Yeah.
Italy.
I think sounds like, I mean, maybe it would have came to you, but sounds like multiple choice might have been your saving grace there because it seemed like your brain was spinning in circles a bit there.
I was like, it's somewhere in Europe. And then as soon as you threw that to me, I was like, oh, yeah, Italy. Okay, cool.
Italy is correct. That is House your favorite movie or is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Like, are they both like kind of on your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I don't really have like a set clear favorite. I flip flop between some, but like House is usually a go-to. In different conversations, I'll bring up different films, but House is, I mean, House VHS up there. Like, yeah, I love House.
Well, 5 points, you got it right. 5 points heading into question number 3. There's no multiple choice here, so you're gonna have to pull the answer out of your noggin. And Hard-Boiled, 2 Royal Hong Kong police inspectors witness a gun smuggling deal at the start of the film. The 2 investigators are Benny Mock and who?
Oh God, he is to investigate it. I don't know the investigators. I know the guy in the image, but that's the bad guy. Oh, I could be throwing anything. Let me reread this. 2 Royal Hong Kong police inspectors witness a gun smuggling deal. Let's just go Tequila, because that's the main character, but I don't know if that is. I'll go Tequila.
Tequila's the right answer. It was just the main character. It was just a matter of if you remembered who the main character's name was or not.
The villain was the guy in the image. The villain was Johnny, and I'm pretty sure. And Tequila's like the only other name because it's so iconic. So yeah,
such a distinct name. But yes, absolutely correct.
Cool.
You're at 15 points now, heading into question number 4. Okay. Which actor was originally cast to star as Li Mubai in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, who turned down the part to appear in Romeo Must Die instead?
Who was it? All right, names floating around. Romeo Must Die. The name floating around for me is Jet Li, but I'm gonna like hold on for that and just give me like a bit to like run around my brain a little bit. Romeo Must Die. Maybe that's a English language film. I might just go Jet Li because that's like immediately the one I went for, but it could be really anyone.
Jet Li was bouncing around your head, and Jet
Yes,
Li is the right
baby!
answer. He was originally cast in that role, but turned it down to do Romeo Must Die instead. I haven't seen either film,
Romeo
but
Must
I've
Die.
heard Crouching
Yeah.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon talked about
Oh.
millions of times. Romeo Must Die, never heard spoken about. So Jet Li
Get
might
on to
have made the
Crouching
wrong
Tiger.
decision.
It's beautiful.
I need to. They had a theatrical re-release in the States like last year, and I didn't get a chance to go see it. I also was supposed to see House with Owen when I was up in Boston the other week, and I wasn't able to see that either. So disappointing. I need to catch both of those.
He saw it 35 millimeters. I'm very jealous, but yeah, no, both 100% worth it.
Well, you're at 25 points now, doing very well. Okay. Going into question number 5 now. At the beginning of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, the IMF is at an airstrip in Belarus trying to stop a plane from taking off due to a certain package. What is in that package?
What is in that package? Oh, Rogue Nation. I from my memory, the beginning of that film is just a cold open that doesn't actually play into the rest of the plot. So I think it's just drugs.
Drugs is not the right answer. It's nerve gas. Nerve gas is what he's going for. You're a big Mission Impossible fan, right?
Yeah, I love Mission Impossible. Yeah, big old Tom Cruise fan.
Yeah. What would you consider your number one in the franchise?
Rogue Nation, which is weird because at first when I first watched through them, it was a little bit lower, but when I rewatched it, I was like, this one stands out like a lot. So yeah, Rogue Nation.
Hell yeah. Well, you're at 25 points now with the first half of the quiz in the books, going on to the second half now where we have some of those different style of games here. First up, we have that matching game. This one's the box office edition. 3 movies we have are Apollo 13, The Abyss, and The Big Short. We have a budget of $45 million that made $90 million, a budget of $52 million that made $355 million, and a budget of $50 million that made $133 million. So the 3 budgets, very similar, but the box office is quite different. How do you match these up?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how well a lot of these films did. So my immediate is Big Short made the least. So that I'm putting that'll be number 1, I think. I could be wrong on that though. But it's between whether The Abyss did really well. Name like James Cameron, I feel like it's bound to, but I can't remember who did Apollo. I think it was Ron Howard, I think, which is a relatively big name, but not as big as James Cameron. He's got Aliens, Terminator, everything like that under the belt. So my gut is just going straight up. Apollo 13 is number 3. Abyss is number 2. Big Short is number 1.
All right, locking those in?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, none of them were matched up correctly. Ooh. Apollo 13, the big money maker. Guess you can't count out, American Pride of a story of, heroic story of survival. But The Abyss, James Cameron is the king of the box office, but The Abyss, not so much. And then The Big Short was kind of the one just in the middle of the two. No points. You're still at 25, though. You're still in a good position here with 4 questions left. So no need to let the nerves set in yet. We got another matching game here. Rotten Tomatoes edition this time. And the 3 films you have are Shirkers, Face Off, and Drive My Car. And we have a 93 critic, 82 audience, 97 critic, 78 audience, and a 99 critic, 80 audience. So what's your thought process here for matching these up?
Is a fun one. Shirkers is super fun. I'll lock in Shirkers as 3. Drive My Car. I mean, all around, I think people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's 3, 2, 1.
So 3 Shirkers, 2 Face Off, 1 Drive My Car.
Yeah.
You got 5 points. The Face Off and Drive My Car were flipped. What you locked in Shirkers super fast at number 3. What was your thought process there?
My thought process was the 250 plus ratings.
Yep. I was wondering if you're going to go there because those are, some people are noticing the ratings. Some people aren't. I feel like the 250 was like the giveaway for that one, but we've seen so many people do this throughout the season that don't even look at those ratings. And I feel like that would have made this a lot tougher because most of these are pretty highly acclaimed films on Rotten Tomatoes, but 5 points.
Yeah.
You're at 30 now.
Cool.
You have 3 questions left for the opportunity to still gain 80 points. These final 3 questions. You still have a lot ahead of you. This next one, there's going to be 2 correct answers for the opportunity to earn up to 20 points, so 10 points for each one you get right. 21 Pilots has 6 songs that have been featured in films and TV shows. 2 of these songs have been featured in 5 films or shows each, including Love Island, Jersey Shore, and a comic book movie. Name these 2 21 Pilot songs. So basically the question is they've had 6 songs that have been across TV shows and movies. Which 2 have been played in the most different stuff, the most popular to be used in film or TV?
Comic book. Okay, so I got 2 options here. For comic book movies, they had Legend play in Shazam. They had Heathens play in Suicide Squad. A bit in the credits, I guess, but that counts, I'm assuming. 6 songs. So I feel like it could be Heathens since that was the bigger hit than Legend. So Heathens. What would the other one be? Love Island, Jersey Shore. So a part of me isn't thinking it's like it might not be Stressed Out. I feel like that doesn't match the vibe of those kinds of shows. I'm thinking summery vibes a bit more, probably from Blurry Face era because it's one of the bigger albums. So maybe it's Heathens and Ride. They have We Don't Believe on TV and Power Rangers. That's the only other one I can think of. So I might just stick with the gut there and just go Heathens and Ride.
Well, you got 10 points. Heathens was right. You're on the right track for that second one because you're thinking Love Island, Jersey Shore, Tear My Heart. All these romantic shows, couples breaking up. Tear in My Heart was the second most used song of theirs in film and TV. But Heathen's absolutely correct. It was in the end credits, and I think like the instrumental plays like a little bit during the movie, but main song is in the end credits.
I actually haven't seen Suicide Squad.
I was surprised you knew all those off the top of your head, like that. All the places their songs have been used, like with the Shazam and Power Rangers.
Yeah, I prepared for that. I mean, I remember those songs appearing in those, but like, I was like, okay, I feel like, because you're a 21 Pilots guy as well, I was like, I feel like you're going to throw something at me. So I was like, okay, I need to get that in my mind where all the songs play. So yeah, I did do a bit of research. Yeah,
well, smart move because I got you 10 points. You're now at 40 points, which means you're tied for Alex right now on that cut line. So there's still 60 points you have to gain. So you're going to need a colossal fumble for Alex to not be pushed into the red, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened on this, on Trivia 10. There could be a collapse. We never know. But next we have Ride the Bus, where we're going to give you a Letterboxd rating, and you have to tell me if it's going to be higher or lower for the next one. This has been the toughest question of the season. These are very hard, basically 50-50s. Got to just go with your gut feeling on these. First one we're giving you is Rushmore at a 3.9. And you have to tell me, is Uncut Gems higher or lower than a 3.9 on Letterboxd?
Okay. I feel like both movies, and this is a weird judgment to make, but both movies have the opening to make people annoyed. I feel like Uncut Gems would annoy people, so there's a chance to like push people a little bit down. Same thing with Rushmore. Some people like are off put by Wes Anderson. I'll go higher.
Well, that is a kill shot for Alex. You still have more of the quiz to go, but you're not in the playoffs yet, but you, at least in this episode, you haven't been eliminated because Alex is still going to be last place. You're at 45, but now Uncut Gems at 4.0. Minari, is that above or below a 4.0?
Minari. It's kind of a, I wouldn't, it's always difficult with those threes. It's like the low threes and the high threes. It sort of can, I don't know. Minari, I feel like was sort of a beloved film, and I feel like Uncut Gems, as I said, I feel like there's a bit of a chance for it to be divisive to push it either way. I feel like Minari overall is sort of a beloved film. I feel like a lot of people really clicked with it. So I might go like it's at a 4.1 or something like that. So I think it's higher.
You're absolutely correct. 4.1. Up to 10 points on this Ride the Bus. You're still on there. 4.1 is the new bar. Okay. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Above or below a 4.1?
I'm pretty sure that is a straight 4. I'm pretty sure. Oh, God. Oh, do I want to say that, though? Oh, I mean, okay. I think I'll just go higher.
Higher is incorrect. It's a 4.0.
I
I kind of felt like your gut. I felt like your gut was telling you lower there, but higher or lower was the correct answer. So that's where you fall off. Kill Bill would have been next, which was higher than Crouching Tiger, Hidden, or Kill Bill Volume 2. But you got 10 points there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it is indeed. But you're at 50 points now going into the final question. So you're not locked in the playoffs yet, but you're not in last place yet. So there's a lot riding on this. What you need here to for sure lock yourself in is 20 points. That means after 2 cast members or 3 cast members are revealed, you got to be able to get it at that point. But let's see.
Okay.
We'll wait when we get there. But guest cast one by one, going to reveal you cast members of a movie. First cast member is Tom Hanks. And I believe on your Letterboxd stats, you have 19 films of Tom Hanks logged.
Tom Hanks.
If you get it here, 40 points. If not, no worries. We move on to the next cast member for 30.
I'm just trying to think of something where Tom Hanks is like either not a main, because I feel like this is your sort of tactic. You feel like you pull out like here's someone you'd expect to be a leading man, but he's a little lower on the list. My first thought was Elvis. That was what my brain went to, so I'll just go Elvis.
Elvis is incorrect. The next cast member for 30 points, okay. Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff. It's Asteroid City.
The light bulb moment hit. Asteroid City is correct. 30 points headed your way. So you're at 80. You're in the playoffs, officially locked in. You're tied with James and Sammy, who are also at 80 points. But great work. The light bulb clearly clicked there. So you're going to be tied. You're in the playoffs, so absolutely in the green. So we're going to be seeing you again once the playoff time comes around. But how do you feel about your performance today? 80 points. You're in the playoffs. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I think I need to prep on those letterbox things, just like keep checking those and sort of familiarize with where things are placed. Bit of my trivia, maybe. I mean, I need to look into some of the stuff I'm familiar with, but if I'm going up against someone, I sort of need to sort of spread my horizons a little bit, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, well, you should, because you're in the playoffs, and yeah, like just like in season 1, they're not going to be the exact same games in the playoffs, but like you said, it's 2 people going up against each other, so it's not just going to be straight up trivia. You're going to have to, know the ratings, box offices, some stuff like that, or who knows. I still have to come up with the games for the playoffs, but what we do know is you're going to be in there. 80 points. Did great today. This is my first time ever meeting you, like talking like this as opposed to Twitter back and forth. So nice to meet you and speak to you, and you did very well in the trivia. And we'll be seeing you again in a couple weeks when we get the playoffs rolling.